there friends, this is Carrie with Any Day Blessings, and today I am going to share with you what I normally do here on this channel, which is homeschool videos and walkthroughs and reviews, but I also do have a blog and Instagram where I share more about my thankful living journey and debt-free journey and all those kinds of things that a lot of people find helpful. So if that interests you, please follow me over there. If you are looking to see homeschool reviews, flip-throughs, walkthroughs, and all of that, you can certainly follow me here and over on the blog and Instagram, and go ahead and subscribe and like these videos. Today I'm going to show you a sneak peek at Spelling 3 from BJU Press Distance Learning and give you a brief year in review summary, give you some of our thoughts about Spelling 2. That will be at the end of the video. So first off, I'm just going to show you briefly what comes in the BJU Press Distance Learning Kit. There's not much, there's just these 3 components, but I have a couple tips for organizing the distance learning courses. I get that question a lot, and I have done a couple other videos about organizing the distance learning courses. In fact, my very first video that I did here was about organizing the distance learning into one huge, like giant 3-inch binder that I had. I actually don't do that anymore. I keep it a little more simple, and I kind of keep it subject by subject. This year we had 2 distance learning courses that we did, and I just kept those things separate. Going into 3rd grade, we only look to have 1 distance learning course from BJU Press, and I'm just basically going to keep everything how it comes. I keep our book together. In fact, I'll just show you 2 real quick. We are getting ready to start list 30. In fact, I already have the first page pulled out, but as you can see, I just leave this together. I haven't really torn anything out of here until we get to it. So the page that's on top in the book when we open is the page we're on. I just leave everything in the book, and I will do the same for 3rd grade. When it comes time to open up these handouts, I just open right here at the top. I just slit the top as I've done here. Okay, and it's kind of become war-torn after the whole year, but I just leave it all together. I just leave everything all together, and I stand them up in a stand-up like magazine file sort of a system, and I just pull out each day what we need. I pull out from this packet the sheet that we need, and I pull out from the book the sheet that we need, and this just keeps it all together. It's already bound up in both of these, and I don't tear it apart. I used to, and if that system would be helpful for you, I do have a video on that. Like I said, it was the very first video I did, so you can go back and find that. But now I just keep things pretty much as they come from BJU Press, put them in a stand-up organizer, and pull out as we need. You will get a video guide like this one here from BJU Press with all of the lessons scheduled out for you. Okay, so you can just use this to keep track of your progress with a check mark or whatever you would like, and you can put little notes in here to your student or however you want to use this. This is done for the entire year for you. There are little notes over here as far as what you need to do as the teacher or facilitator, all the different supplies that you will need, and all of that. They also have little objectives and things that are covered in the lesson, so you can kind of get a brief glance even before you watch the video. So this is what comes in a spelling kit from BJU Press for the distance learning online. And I'm just going to segue here real quickly into why I think that the spelling course in particular is a great first course, a great trial run. Now, why do I say that? Well, I think that a lot of people are hesitant to try any kind of video learning for various number of reasons. First of all, the cost. Secondly, I think a lot of people are concerned about screen time. And thirdly, I think that people are concerned about their child maintaining focus and paying attention. So I would like to address those things, and what I'm, kind of calling my top 3 or 4 reasons why I think the distance learning course, spelling in particular, the distance learning spelling from BJU Press makes a great first course for video learning to determine whether video learning of any kind from any company is for your child. I think Spelling from BJU Press is a great first place to start. Number one, because of the cost. It is $149 for the entire year. So you get all of these materials plus the lesson every day. The other courses from BJU Press and from other companies are twice that. Okay, so you're going to see the math, the language arts, reading. Those are all $300. Okay, this is $149. Okay, so cost would be the number one reason. Number two is the length. So of each day. The length of the videos for these, I'm trying to think if it says it in here. I don't think it says the running time of the videos. Oh yeah, it does. I just saw it. So you could see 15 minutes, 15 minutes, 15, 12, 14. I have found that there's really nothing longer than 15 minutes, and sometimes it's been as little as 9. So 11, 12, 10, 13. If you are concerned about screen time, you can have a course taught to your child that frees you up and only give your child between 9 and 15 minutes of screen time, if that is a concern for you. So the length of the course. If you look at their math or their language arts or reading, they're double the time. So I think that the short videos, the short and sweet videos, make it another great reason why Spelling from BJU Press would be a good first, kind of trial course for video learning. Number 3, the format of the course. It is very, very repetitive. So you are going to have the same thing week in, week out. And I'll just give you a little preview here by opening up the book to show you what I mean. Monday, they're going to have a practice test. Then they're going to do the word sort, which is right here. Tuesday, they're going to do word study and an activity with the distance learning teacher. Wednesday, they're going to take another practice test and do a proofreading exercise in their book. Okay. Now, here. I think third grade might be different. It might not be proofreading in third grade. No, it is proofreading. It is proofreading. Maybe they just don't do it on that first week. Proofreading is on Wednesday after your test. Then Thursday is dictionary day. Friday is the final test with no assignment. Then we start a new week. Let me just look through here. I have not looked through grade 3. I'm just familiar with it. Yeah, okay. I think that first week they didn't have proofreading, probably. Yeah, but it is repeating every week after that. Phew, I didn't want to tell you the wrong thing. So I noticed with grade 2, it was very repetitive, and it looks like that pattern does keep up with grade 3. So the main reason I think that is a great feature for a first kind of trial run course is because your child will know what to expect. It's very predictable. Children like familiarity. It helps to breed independence when they know what's coming. My son knows every Thursday to make sure he has this book because the dictionary is contained in the back of the book here. So to do his dictionary skills page, he needs to have his book. Any other day, he doesn't have to have his book, but he needs it on Thursdays. He knows to have his little test paper that is provided in your printed packet for Monday. And then he also needs to have it for Wednesday and Friday. And so he knows that he has to have those on his clipboard, and he knows to grab that along with a pencil on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, in addition to his work text page. So I think that very repetitive schedule or format to the course makes it ideal for a first video learning course. The fourth reason that I believe that it lends itself to a good first course is because the types of activities not only are repetitive, but they don't require extra materials and parental help. The distance learning teacher gives the tests, all of the practice tests and the final test, and there are very few of these, but any extra little activities or games are usually played with blank paper or things that your child can cut out that are printed in the printed packet here. It's not like science or math where you have to gather manipulatives or items for an experiment or things like that. There's not a whole lot of pause the video and do this and then come back like in reading or Bible class even. There's just a lot of simple things that are done right with the teacher on the video, no extra materials needed. Very good for people who are just coming to video learning and would like to actually leave their child with the distance learning video and the materials here and go work with another child or go do some laundry or go do some work for a home business, whatever it is. I think that all of those reasons combined really make this spelling course from BJU Press Distance Learning the ideal first course to try and see if video learning will work for your family. Now, I am in no way sponsored by BJU Press. I've just been a customer for about 5 years now, a distance learning customer for 3, and so I kind of feel like I know a little bit about the offerings of the company and how it's worked well for us, and I just thought I would pass that along to you all. Now, I'm going to give you a little review of the actual course that we are about to finish, a year in review here. Spelling 2. Now, I did already show you these, but you do get all of the little test papers. You could do a notebook if you wanted, but I have found that these papers have made it a little easier for my son to follow along with the teacher when she's giving the test. On Monday in Spelling 2, we only have 10 words on our practice test, but by the time we get to Wednesday and Friday's pre-tests, we have 20 words. Now, I'm going to give you just a little review, give you a few thoughts. The book itself is very colorful. The lessons on the video are very engaging. There are puppets and there are sometimes little animations and things like that. The 15 minutes goes by super quick because they're just very well done. I've already told you about the format of the weekly lessons, so I'm not going to get into that. I will comment on the lists themselves and the difficulty and content. I believe it's just right in the middle. I don't believe it's too easy. I don't believe it's particularly challenging or at the high end. I believe this is a very balanced approach to spelling. They do use certain rules every week, and they follow that rule for the spelling list. So there is a pattern to the words. There are review words put in every single list, 2, and then 3 memory words put into every single list. There are a total of 20 words per week. Now, I feel, at least when we started, I felt that that was a bit much for a second grader. We didn't do formal spelling in first grade. We did spelling games and things like that, along with our phonics instruction. So coming into this, I did feel that it was a bit much. I would have liked to see maybe 10 words with some memory words, and maybe a total of 15 would have been a little better. But my son hasn't really minded it at all, so it's turned out great. I was concerned, but he has had no trouble with it, and the words, like I said, are in a pattern. There's some sort of rule, so once he learns, the pattern for the week, it's not really hard for him to figure out, to apply that pattern to many different words. So it hasn't really been a problem. There is the opportunity to provide bonus words. Your teacher on Friday, when you take the final test, this is the final test paper, she will instruct the student to go ahead and write in the bonus words at the stars. We don't always do bonus words, again, because there's already 20 words that he's working on, but we did work on our city and our street name and spelling things like Christmas, things like that. But for the most part, we haven't really done the bonus words themselves. The assignments do not take my son that long to do. There are, I think, are very reasonable length assignments, not too much, not too little. and I haven't really felt the need for him to do any kind of extra practice outside of what's assigned here. So we haven't, done any extra, writing out the words or anything like that. What the practice they give here is an appropriate amount. I will just go to the last list, which is right here, list 32, and let you see the words that they get up to. You can see the first list or two online, but this is where they end up for the end of the year. There very rarely, not very often, there is a writing section. I probably would say between 6 to 8 times in the year there has been a little writing section where they write a thank you note or an invitation or something like that. But primarily they won't be doing creative writing in this course, but they have brought it in a couple times just as it fits the list that they're working on. I didn't have my son do those assignments because we did have plenty of writing in our other curriculum. But overall, I am thrilled with this course. My son loves his distance learning teacher, and I'm very excited to start level 3. The theme is cooking, and every Friday they are going to have Kids Canteen and do a little recipe cooking after their final test. So my son is a very big fan of cooking, and we've been doing lots of recipes in his own cookbook. And so he is really looking forward to that little reward after the final test on Friday of seeing some cooking. So we're looking forward to this. I don't see us leaving BJU distance learning for spelling anytime soon. We'll probably see it through as long as we're homeschooling, because it's just, for all the reasons I said, it's just the most affordable video learning course for what you get. A teacher talking directly to your child with professionally provided drama, skits, props, graphics, all of that, and all, of course, the materials that you need for the course, the short videos, and really the ability to finally encourage some independence and some mommy hands-off time. So if you have any questions, like I said, I've used BJU Press for quite some time. I'd be happy to answer your questions if I can. I am, again, in no way affiliated with the company. I'm not a consultant, but I can refer you to one if you are looking for a BJU consultant that can help you save 10% on your order and give you free shipping anytime during the year. So if you would like me to help you find somebody, I can help you get in contact with someone. I purchased this with my own money. I am not given this as a review or anything, but I just really like it, and it's worked really well for us, and I thought I would share it with you all. Hope this was helpful, and we'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.